Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 26th of September. I'm using the Syrian Starseed Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what these cards want you to be aware of. They're huge, so even with my hands, I can barely get a hold of them to shuffle them. So just, if you're thinking of buying this deck, then just be aware of that. It's ginormous. What I do is I tune in and I ask the cards what the day's energy is going to be about and how we can make the most of it to kind of win. And these readings are for all signs of the zodiac, and they're for everyone who watches. Yikes, these are so big and heavy, I'm getting back pain from shuffling. I'm having a work-related incident. Okay. So let's pull three cards. Karma. Beautiful. That's the 20th card of the major arcana. That's like judgment. I love it. Okay. Next card. Oh, I like the look of that. Nine of Flames. That's the Nine of Wands. Sexed up a bit for extra drama, which we don't mind, do we? Okay, and then finally, ooh, a crystal skull. I love these. They sell these everywhere in Glastonbury, and I've always been drawn to having a crystal skull, like a clear quartz crystal skull, but they're so expensive, but they're beautiful. Okay, so let's see what the cards want you to be aware of. We've got Karma, Judgment card, Major Arcana. Then we have a Minor Arcana card, the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Master of Crystals, which is like the King of Pentacles. Okay? He's mastered the earth to become the most beautiful, shining diamond. The Judgment card is very much about being called to rise up and to fulfill your purpose. In the usual tarot, it's an angel with a trumpet blowing that trumpet, and these dead bodies rise from their coffins and they are called to do their duty, to follow their path. And I was thinking about that actually recently, the other day. That is so strange that an angel would resurrect human beings so they could follow their path. Why resurrect human beings when there are billions of human beings already out there? And it kind of made me think of the apocalypse, and all sorts of weird thoughts came into my head. It's weird. Sometimes I meditate on some of the cards, or one of the cards enters my head and it just gives me more information about it, and it just lets me see it from a different angle. So the Judgment card, I feel, is often something that's out of your control, and where the universe does judge you in the way. So karma is quite an astute way of putting this, because what you're being asked to do when you wake up is either continue on your path, or you're being woken up to make amends for the wrongs you've done in your life. So your karma, what you do in terms of helping other people and supporting other people in your life, that's what you'll get back. And the best way forward is to be of service to other people, to build relationships, to be happy, and to let the emotions flow. Because the Nine of Flames, even though this guy is really hot, he has had some really rough things happen to him. He is in desperate need of consoling. So you can see the Nine of Wands in the regular tarot. It's a guy who is, yeah, also bandaged up, and he's standing in front of these nine wands, and he's kind of looking back at them, and it means that the worst is over. Okay, here he's holding a golden wand. All of these are just regular. This is the golden ticket kind of one. So he has mastered the obstacles. Here we've got a mountain or a pyramid, also symbolic of an obstacle that can be overcome. And the Nine of Flames means that he has retained his strength, and he's won, and he's mastered the obstacle, so the worst is behind him. So you've got a lot of stuff going on that you've been through. You've been through a lot, and you've come out victorious. You're a survivor. You've succeeded. You've tried something and it's worked, and it's working in your life, and you're doing it every day, and it's working. So you have this deep connection with your feelings and your soul and what you're supposed to be doing, and you're being called to do that. And you have this history of having been through the mill yourself. What this will allow you to do is kind of heal and take action, which is going to be healing to yourself, because you've been through a lot. So you're being awakened to be shown that you have struggled to make it to the surface of the lake, but now, through some sort of divine leg up, you have become the potential lotus flower that you always could be. And that's echoed by the Master of Crystals. In your physical life, things are going to feel much better, because emotionally and in terms of your desires and the expectations of magic you have from the world. That, I don't know where that last sentence just came from. There's some of you who have magical thinking, and you expect the world to give you certain things because of who you are. And that doesn't work. The world doesn't care if you are the ancestor of Pope Alexander II. Bloodlines and ancestry and all of those things mean squat. What means something is if you can manifest things for yourself. Okay? So by having all of like a misguided perspective, oh, magic will sort it out for me. I've been through something. I'm going to let go of all of that. I'm going to heal it. And once I've healed that, then I can devote myself to making things better on a physical level, because the mind-body connection, mind-body-spirit, right? So if you're spiritually sick, you're going to be physically sick. My father always said to me, healthy mind, healthy body, as a teenager. And I always just looked at him and I just thought, God, if you knew what was going on in my head in terms of mental illness, you would be, I should be like, instead of swimming really well, like the physical equivalent would have been me sitting in a wheelchair and someone throwing me in the pool, you know? If you compared my mental health with my physical health. So I always just thought, why are you saying that? Healthy mind, healthy body. Yeah. And I could never figure out how to create a healthy mind. And it was only until I handed over control, and I also handed over all of my problems and just said, I can't deal with this anymore. If there is anything bigger out there, please help me with it, and please help me with my life on an ongoing level. It's when I did that I felt like for the first time I was on the right track, and I had a foundation on which I could build things. So similarly, in this case, we've got a guy who has physical strength. So he has been through the mill. It's not been easy. And he's now in a position where the worst is behind him, and he realizes that. And he has the time and space to heal himself, and now to also move forward and to maximize his potential. But first he has to dump all of the negative stuff. So talk to your higher power, talk to your cat, talk to your guidance counselor, talk to your best friend, talk to your sponsor about what it is you've been through. And that's gonna create this ripple effect of the negativity just disappearing. And that will then allow you to create things of value in the physical world. And it will allow you also, in terms of your physical body, to become stronger and healthier, because there is that connection. And when you're healthier in your mind, through handing things over, through letting go of control, through realizing that there is a higher power and you're not it, when you realize that, and you can give away your problems and let the universe work with them and bring them back in the form of solutions, that's when you really build your best life. And that's a nice thought, isn't it? With every guided action we take, we create a crystal skeleton for ourselves. How cool would that be by the time we died, if we lived a life to the best of our abilities, which was about listening to the higher realms and saying, how can you thrive and blossom and use your strength to kind of be a tube for the universe and to create what the divine wants you to create, and to live your life purpose here on planet Earth. And by the time you died, you had like just a crystal skeleton. Amazing. So, what am I saying all in all? What I'm saying is that you get a rest. You realize that, the worst is behind me. You let it go. And because you let it go, you have new space in your life. And that new space is an opening and an opportunity to use your strength and this golden ticket that you've now got, your trophy, to build something really meaningful. And you wouldn't have that space if you hadn't been through other obstacles before, if you hadn't climbed other pyramids before. And it's because you've overcome all of those things and you have learned how to let go, that you're able to drop that in there and build something of your own. If people say, oh, just let go of that, let go. And it's like, well, if only I could. Right now, my claws are dug into it so firmly. There's a really fab video on YouTube called The 4 Ways of Letting Go. And in it, there's a Buddhist monk, but he's Caucasian, okay? So don't be surprised or put off if you're expecting like an Asian person to be there. No, he's a white guy from England, and he's a Buddhist, and he talks about these 4 ways of letting go. And it's really helpful in the sense of, how do I actually let go? I know I should, but how do I actually let go of this relationship or this loss or whatever it may be? Okay. I'm missing something. There's something niggling at me that I haven't told you yet. The worst is behind you. What if you throw the trophy into the water and you say, here you go, universe, here's a symbol of all of my achievements to date on planet Earth. And the universe says, okay, he's done this and this and this and this and this. Like a GPS signal, it recalculates your route and it says, now this is what you need to do because you've already done this. You recalculate and your route is now shortened. And because of that, you could be a symbol of someone who is totally on the wavelength. The crystal skull, so your brain, your head, your way of thinking, is completely aligned with the higher realms, with the higher self, and you're totally doing what it is you're meant to be doing, and that's why you have the strength in the first place. Hurrah! There we go. That makes sense. That brings us full circle. I love it. Okay, so have faith in yourself today. Let go of control. Let your imagine kind of run free, and whatever it is that you feel has value and meaning and purpose, devote yourself to that, and you will create something that's really marvelous, that's on a higher vibration than what you've been doing so far. So it's a purification, it's an ascension, leaving behind your troubles by handing them over, and really being this sparkling, shining, special, amazing individual that you are anyway. We just don't see it because we all look the same in our little bodies. In terms of human, we don't see our light bodies so much. Okay, so karma is 20 and 9 is 29, and the Master of Crystals is a court card, so that's 30. 30 is the Ascended Masters. So another meaning, you see, is that even in the reading, the crystal skull is mysterious. That's why I want one in real life, because they have so many facets to them. So in terms of the crystal skull, this could be a symbol of an ascended master like Saint Germain or Kuan Yin or Jesus or Ganesh or Lord Shiva, or some higher being to come into your life and to say, well done, the worst is behind you, you can let go now, and I'm going to give you the instructions on how to move forward, what direction to move forward in, and how you can build something of great value. 3 is communication and new beginnings as well. So make sure you connect with your higher self, and something new is going to start, which is going to be really valuable to you at the end. The torch of gold is valuable in itself, so by giving that away, you just make space for something even more valuable to come in. So it's a really amazing, transformative, metaphysical kind of a day. Have a wonderful time. Embrace the messages here that we've got from the Syrian star seeds. If you would like a personal reading with me, please order it on my website. It's gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology, so I can answer any questions you may have. Also about where to live, when the best time is to move, if someone's compatible with you or not. If you have any questions, order the reading on gregoryscott.com. Please also hit the subscribe button if you like this video, and share it online. That would be really appreciated. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.